the answer at the time. However, we did decide that Senator O'Mara should probably have a good idea of how many of those signatories were in his district. So we ran the numbers, and we believe it's anywhere from 1,400 to 1,600 signatories just in Talmare's district. I don't know if that's considered, it's a pretty big district, so I don't know what you consider local, but that's the number. We're getting more every day. As a representative of those people and those businesses, we respectfully request that this body consider sending a letter to the DEC. Now, the DEC can't perform the risk analysis, however, they can require it. And so can communities. Communities can require a quantitative risk analysis and assessment. And we would respectfully request that this body, as a body, consider drafting a letter to the DEC requesting that. And that's all I've got for you today.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, what would you like to do? On the request, would you like us to move forward with the letter to the DEC?
Yeah, obviously, as if you want to call us leaders of the community.
Absolutely.
As leaders of the community, we want to know more, and that's why we're here. That's why we make the decisions that we do. I'm hoping you're getting to know me as the type of person that just I like to have information in front of me, and a QRA would do that. I guess the only thing that if I would compare that to a QRA for any industry carries inherent risk. This is a new proposed industry. So we want to know a little bit more. So I guess just a word of caution from my own personal viewpoint is the community and the region would need to understand or decide what those inherent risks are, what the acceptable threshold of those risks are, because every industry does carry them.
But everything we do.
Everything we do. You get in a car, you're carrying an inherent risk that you're going to get in an accident. So that's all. And I would propose that in the letter that we do write to the DEC, because I'm in favor of doing that we do just state that we expect that there will be risks in the study, should the DEC go with that idea, and that it's up to this area to decide on what's acceptable or not.
Could I add one thing?
Sure.
We've done some research on LPG storage facilities. We can't find a single instance where a facility of this kind is situated in that particular topographical and geographical location on a steep hillside over a freshwater drinking resource for 100,000 people, and so close to, this is the county seat and a major tourist destination. They usually situate them like the one down in Barcelona, out in the middle of nowhere on a flat plain.
And I would hope a QRA would identify that from a hydrologic and a hydraulic standpoint, and as you say, the close proximity to such a large water body, the importance of that water body from an environmental standpoint and drinking water standpoint, certainly. And that would be the concerns that we would have as a board, or at least I would have as a board. I think you've offered some follow-up to a question I had. I'm going to offer some follow-up, I think, to a question that you had, which is, indirectly, does the board make a decision on this or not? And we've wrestled with this over and over again. And the thing that I come up with is that, we do have the duty to look out for our community, and because we're a part of the region, we have a duty to look out as a neighbor to that region. However, as a government body, I don't think a government body is supposed to make this. They're not supposed to have a specific opinion because they represent the body of the whole community. So there are pro people and there are anti people with this, and we are supposed to represent that whole body. And so this is more of a description to you, because at last I said, well, we'd likely issue a neutral statement, and I got a couple kind of quizzical looks from the audience about that, and that's really why. And it's not to be, it's not to couch an opinion, and it's not to hide from the public for risk of getting tomatoes thrown at you or something. It's really, I personally believe the government is not supposed to make a decision like that. It's the community that makes that decision. And we can certainly point out what we think is wrong about it. And if the quantitative risk assessment happens to help us do that, then I'm all for that.
Wayne?
I believe that you're asking for the QRA is relevant. It's relevant to your seeker. It's relevant to their determination. So I'm not opposed to us
Requesting that?
requesting that information.
Okay.
I'm not opposed to it either. Actually, I don't understand why Energy hasn't wanted to go this far to begin with. It's basically showing your cards, being honest, and saying this is what our known risks are involved with this project. It almost sounds like maybe they have something to hide, but it should all come out in a quantitative risk analysis. And I just hope that you're prepared for the outcome of where this goes. I mean, this isn't the magic bullet per se, but it could open up a whole other realm of discussion. With that said, I would wholeheartedly support the rest of the board's recommendations of writing a letter.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to make a motion then that we draft a letter to the DEC supporting a quantitative risk analysis on behalf of the community of Watkins, Glen.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your time tonight. Anything else from the